Hi everyone, it's Tarks from the Enduro Drone Hub, and I just wanted to cover dehydration and how it affects us on enduro riding and what we can do to identify it and what can we do to help not cure it but certainly manage it. Now, we feel dehydration when we go out through the obvious signs of fatigue in the morning, yellow pee, dry mouth and things like that. However, it can manifest itself in lots of different ways, and one of the main ways that it manifests in our sport or our hobby is in being gassed out very, very quickly. If you are dehydrated, your pulse, your heart rate is generally slower. Your heart rate being slower is slower blood around the body, which is slower oxygen passaging around the body, which is going to exhaust the muscles far quicker. Your heart will have to work twice as hard because the blood is thicker, and twice as hard because the dehydration is not keeping everything nice and lubed and pumped up in order to take the oxygen in. Okay, so we need hydration in our bodies and in our muscles in order to take in the oxygen, in order to feed all of the muscles and keep them firing to do what they need to do. We also need good hydration in the lungs to keep them moist, to keep them functioning, to keep pulling the oxygen from the air, to carry that in, and for the blood to absorb the moisture and to absorb the oxygen and to carry it around our bodies. So we'll get to a testy section and we will get stuck, we'll do a bit of pulling and tugging with the bike and we'll gas out very, very quickly. And the main symptom of it is, in fact, dehydration. Now, how do you deal with it? We drink plenty of water, obviously. No. Drinking water is not going to hydrate you. Eating moist foods, fruits with good sugars in that are slow release, good proteins, nuts and things like that, as far as your diet, will help. However, the biggest problem is people suffer with the electrolyte levels dropping with their body. The electrolytes are what carry and help bind the water molecules and pull them into the tissue fibres and pull them into the blood. Without them, you can drink all the water you want and you'll just pass it through and pee lots, and you will look like you're hydrated because you'll be having a high content of water passing through your body. So you'll think you're hydrated because your pee will go a lot lighter to clear, or almost clear, but it won't be clear. It'll just be effectively your body chemicals and things watered down, so it'll look like you're hydrated when you're not. Now, there are lots of symptoms. I'll post a picture of the typical ones, but the main ones are, for us, are the physical manifestations of dehydration. Now, the biggest cure you can do is the prep. Now, the night before, about 3-4 hours before I go to bed, I'll have a Diarylyte sachet. Not because I have diarrhea, but because this contains the electrolytes required for your body to absorb, and this happens within minutes almost. When you've taken this, anything between sort of half an hour after, you'll be set to start drinking some water, start to eating some fruit, start to have some moist food, vegetables, things like that. Those are the best for the body to break down, for your digestion system to pull the moisture out, to put that into your bloodstream, to hydrate yourself, to hydrate your lungs, to hydrate your blood, to hydrate all of your muscles and get that water actually into your system to hydrate your body properly. Now, you're going to find your recovery rates a lot quicker. Your heart won't have to pump quite so hard in order to get the oxygen to your muscles. And you will have higher potassium levels, higher magnesium levels, and things like that with these, and it will help to recover and keep that hydration level higher, so you don't suffer from the cramps and the arm pump and the fast fatigue and the absolute exhaustion and the gasping for air and your heart pounding like crazy. So you'll get more out of your day, and more to the point, you won't get the fatigue later in the afternoon when your legs start to cramp or your arm pump has got too much, and your day starts to become from enjoyable to an endurance. You'll get in your van, driving home, and your legs won't be cramping because you'll have the right moisture level in your body. It's just not about drinking water. You'll have your camel packs and you'll be drinking water all day, but your body won't be taking in that moisture. You'll just be passing it through because you don't have the electrolytes. So I buy one of these when I go out for the weekends. There's 5 sachets. You can get them from most sort of savers, Boots, anywhere that's remotely health-wise in products, or sort of self-care toiletries and stuff like that. They'll sell Direlite. I take 1 sachet at night, 4 hours before I go to bed. Usually with my meal or just before a meal is the best time. That helps give everything my body needs. That night's taking everything from that meal. I'll go to bed. I'll have one in the morning with my breakfast before I leave the home and get in my van to go out doing enduro riding, or when I wake up in the morning if I'm camped out. I will then try, if I can, to have one in the middle of the day, which is not always possible, but I will make sure that I'm drinking water or electrolyte type drinks, still Lucasades and things like that have the levels built into them. And I will then have one when I've finished my ride, and then start drinking water 20 minutes, half an hour after. A cup of tea, a cup of coffee or something like that, or just a still water drink as I'm driving home, and I won't be getting the cramps. And the recovery in the morning, you might have a few little aches and pains where you've torn a few muscles in a good way, and you worked on your general fitness, but you won't have the, oh my god, I feel like my body's dying in the morning, because your body will have the hydration to deal with it and cope with it, and your recovery rate will be far quicker. You might have a bad morning but be great by the afternoon, or a bad day and be fine by the next day, but it won't last for days. And it's all because your body has the right electrolytes in order to take the moisture in. Remember, just drinking water is not enough. It won't hydrate you, you'll just pass it straight through. Try these. And thanks for watching Talks and the Enduro Drone Hub. Like and subscribe. Press it, because God, like it really helps me out, and I really appreciate it. Join the group, learn some stuff, and you can teach me as well. Get commenting, add some stuff. Let's grow this community. Share the love, give me all of that and stuff.